Hello guys, this is one of Josh's analysis videos on how does a 3v5 retake happen, and well, let's just put it this way, like, how you fumble the bag on an Inferno B site by Falcons, okay? So we're going to go through all the aspects of the round and in the infamous 3v5 clutch, and potentially the mistakes that both of these teams have made in this in particular. First of all, let's just start the round. We've got Magisk here as well. Magisk is probably going to be the first player we're going to look at so far, and how the round really starts out in particular. Falcons have one map point and series point to seal the deal, and let's get started in particular. So early smoke coming in from MIBR, normal smoke these days to just try and get some mid control, and you can see Lukowski dropping some nades as well, throwing some flashes, trying to get that banana control right away. Now exit goes down early towards Nico. Magisk tries to retain mid control as well. And this is like a bit of an advantage here for Falcons, because now Falcons knows that they've lost a player B, which means there's going to be one player B at least, and Lukowski is going to rotate over towards A. Now, obviously, Lukowski is in two minds here at the moment, because is he going to reinforce B, because Insani's here? But the reason why they make that call in particular is that Insani's at the top of Banana. As you can see, he's just spamming out, and Modesty is trying to go for pot shots, thinking he is at below. So, Modesty thinks he's at a lower level down here, so he keeps taking pot shots here, but Insani's on the car, so that's why he's not hitting him, basically. So basically, the orb shots won't hit him in the body. He'll just go into the car over and over again. Now, that's why, you know, they just say, Insani, you can stay here. You're the canary in the coal mine, because Lukowski could probably rotate kick quicker with Insani delaying of Molotovs and smokes to reinforce the B site, then the Falcons be able to push into it. However, the genius from the Falcons comes in here to get the B site against Insani without triggering the canary in the coal mine. I think that's the genius comes from Modesty in particular, that Modesty always takes out Insani, which means Insani is going to be very, very nervy to try and that jump peak a bit further out. Now that Molotov coming in as well from Kicksun also forces him out as well. Not the Molotov, sorry, the smoke from Kicksun freaks him out, as well as a well-placed Molotov as well, but which I believe is being thrown by Nico. Insani's going to, you know, respect that, but also sees a CT smoke, which means he has to just go back to site. Because if he goes down here, they can execute on B immediately, and Lukowski won't be able to do jack shit because he's in front of a smoke wall. So that tells Insani to retreat right away back into the site, because he can't. That position is now untenable. Now, Insani's going to try and delay at least. So if he hears any flashes or anything like that, which he heard just then, he's going to melee this off to potentially allow Lukowski to rotate. If Lukowski's needed. You can see here, Lukowski's beginning to doubt it, okay? You can see he's like running over. He's beginning to doubt. He's just about to back off and disengage from that crossfire on the A site. To go and help out. See? Molotov as well, going to help out the B side. He thinks the B side's going to be executed on. He's going to be right. So Insani's been spotted, been slightly tagged up by Magisk. I'm going to say great work as well by keeping up the pressure, taking out Insani through the smoke as well, making sure Insani can't get an angle. He does slightly tag up Kicksun. But I think the most important here overall is done by Falcons, by Magisk in particular. Number HE being thrown in. He's been Magisk spam through the smoke, takes out Insani, and that's pretty much going to say right now, you think the round's over. Okay, let's look at the players. Okay, you got Breno, Safe, and Lukowski, all with individual duels. 1-1, not really being able to trade each other out. If any of these players goes down without trading each other out, it's going to be really, really rough. Tezes, the re-smokes come in, so Tezes was going to rotate towards Banana, and we're going to see how this thing unfolds. Which is not ideal if you're a Falcons fan. Please look away right now. So a bit of argy-bargy. Kicksa gets heavily tagged up. Another HE being thrown in. This is actually quite important HE as well, because it puts Tezes down to 81, which means that he can be one-tapped by an M4. This won't matter too much because he gets basically shot in the body, then the head. But, you know, something to consider as well, because Breno, if he gets that one tap on Tezes and then shapes up Modesty, it could make that 2k a lot more quicker. However, he does a very, really interesting thing, a genius thing in particular, on isolating these duels. So you can probably see here for a microsecond here, but he's able to isolate the, we got it here. He's able to isolate the Tezes duel, okay? So Breno can see Tezes, Modesty can't see Breno to trade out immediately. And we're going to see how this happens here. So Tezes goes down, Modesty can't trade. He can go for the wall bang, but will he kill Breno? He doesn't know. If Breno is full HP, he is not killing him. And Breno, he's got 14 bullets, as you can see here. So if Monacy goes for the pot shot for the wall bang, if he doesn't do enough damage with Breno, Breno's going to peek out and take out Monacy, and then it turns into a 3v3. And that's what Monacy doesn't want. So what Monacy does, he resets. And holds the line instead. Now, Monacy is probably the most unfortunate player here. You can see here, he literally hits Breno right here. If you want to see Lionheart's video really highlights this. He misses Breno by 2 pixels. Literally 2 pixels from connecting with his shoulder. And he tries to go for the 1 dig, but Breno's already tagged him, and then he puts the second bullet in his head, and that pretty much ends the deal there. Now, another thing as well we're going to highlight is Safe, okay? So Safe, after that initial pick, he knows Kicksun's going to peek. And Kicksun does peek right into Safe's crosshairs. Safe was expecting this peek, expecting Kicksun to check down here before going to Banana to reinforce it. Gets the third kill, now makes it a 3v2. Now, Nico's jumped off the boxes, and this is where I feel like Nico's got a bit of a fault here as well. I feel like Nico needed to get off top of the boxes sooner and get to new box. Okay, because basically being a double dark means you can be mollied out or flashed out. And also, being a new box instead allows you to have 2 angles to really fight upon to crossfire, in particular, to potentially get more trades. But with double dark in particular, especially since the Cowsey's checked Cathedral, Safe's checked CT, and Breno's checked all these areas in particular, there's not many areas left to go. Second oranges, first oranges, there's only 4 places they can realistically hide. And Breno just pretty much ends all doubt in particular in this scenario here with what he does. So Breno, this one tap's incredible, by the way. This one tap is incredible on Nico. Nico's hesitation on going out just a smidge costs him big time. You see there? His little hesitation of going slightly out has cost him big time. He's lost his head in a one tap. Now, Lukowski has confirmed that there's no one in oranges, which means Magis can only be dark. Oh, sorry, not dark, sorry. New box or dark. And this is pretty much like Magic's doomed. It is like a guess who. They can just do a 1-for-1 traders, which is exactly what they do. So Breno is going to check new box, doesn't see anyone there, and it's a 1-for-1 trade, and that's how a 3v5 retake happens. Now let's go through this in summary, okay, of how that happened after Breno gets a quick defuse in particular to end the round and set a new set of OTs. So what's the critical mistake? So Tezes, this is not a critical mistake. This isn't the round losing mistake here from Tezes. That's a good isolation duel by Breno, and he gets that with a big pass as well. Monacy can't trade out. Maybe you can blame Monacy for that. Maybe you can blame Tezes for slightly overextending. You be the judge. The next one is another crucial mistake. Monacy missing. Okay, Monacy should not be missing that shot. Barely missing it by smidgen. The next one, the next other factor as well, is Safe being picked off by Kicksun. And also, not to mention as well, a bit before that, is Nico not moving to new box. Okay, like you still had the smoke wall up, and Nico was still on top of boxes despite Insani being taken care of. The top of boxes position is really redundant when you have a player Kicksun around here and you have 2 players Banana. It is very, very redundant. Should have moved towards new box instead. Probably would have been a better position overall. Will it have made the round any different? Probably not. Maybe a 2-for-2 trade would have been the best. Maybe a 3-for-2 hold. But the main mistakes are down here from Monacy missing his shot. And then basically the dominoes fell after that and pretty much ended around. Now, who does the blame really go on in particular? I'm just going to say the lack of protocols for Falcons in these scenarios is probably it. But it's mainly Monacy missing his shot. And no, everyone's being like, the team performance stuff and whatever it is. No, like, you got to hit that shot. You know Breno's there. You know you got to trade out. And Monacy missed it by the barest of margins. And that led to this domino slide of MIBR being able to win this 3v2. You could argue Nico should have moved to new box a lot earlier, but I feel like even if Nico moved to new box, they still would have likely lost a round, given they could have been a 1-for-1 trade in particular. And I don't think they would have been able to win it regardless. Anyways, guys, that's pretty much it with the review. I feel like overall, how you do a 3v5 retake on the hardest site to retake is quite incredible, but it just all starts with that failed Banana hit on Breno. And Breno just absolutely serves up on a silver platter and absolutely demolishes Falcons here. Anyways, hope you guys have a great day and hope you guys learned something.